There are rules to becoming a great goalkeeper, and most of them no one's ever going to teach you. So in this video, I'm giving you the 10 sacred rules I wish someone told me sooner. The ones that would have saved me time, built my confidence, and helped me become the goalkeeper I always wanted to be. Some are harsh, some are funny, all of them absolutely true. Learn them now so you don't have to waste time figuring them out later. Okay, let me guess. You've seen a keeper who barely trains, barely tries, and still somehow makes everything look so effortless. Quick reactions, perfect dives, laser distributions. They show up, make a highlight reel save, post it on Instagram, and everyone's clapping like they've just seen Neuer reborn. And yeah, I'll admit, talent is real, no question about it. Some goalkeepers do pick up things faster, they move smoother, and they read the game better from day one. But here's the problem, they start to think it's enough, but it's not. I've seen super talented goalkeepers fade out because they never learned how to work, they never learned how to push themselves, and they never learned how to struggle and fix their mistakes. And meanwhile, the so-called average goalkeeper, they kept showing up, kept grinding, kept outworking everyone else around them, and in the end, they caught up, and then they passed the ones who relied on their talent alone. So guys, sacred rule number 10, thou shalt not worship thy talent. Because talent gets you noticed, yes, but effort, that makes you dangerous. And speaking of effort, let's talk about when and where it counts. Because if you're only training at team sessions, you're already behind. What do you do when no one's watching? No coach, no teammates, no parents, and no cameras? Just you and the decision to either train or scroll. Because this is where most goalkeepers fall off. They say they want it, they talk like they're serious, but when it's raining, when they're feeling tired, when no one will know either way, they just stay inside. But the ones who actually improve, they're out there in the cold, on a lumpy pitch, doing the ugly, boring, awkward reps no one else wants to do. And no, it's not glamorous, it's not even fun most of the time, but it works. So guys, sacred rule number 9, thou shalt train when no one's watching. Because doing what everyone else does will only get you what everyone else gets. And trust me, you weren't made for average. You gotta train with purpose. So if you're serious, I'll put everything you need into one place. Drills, structure, real progress. I call this program the Ultimate Self-Training Program, and the link is in the description. Go and check it out. Okay, now what if I told you that you don't always need to be the fastest, strongest, or even most athletic to look like an elite goalkeeper? Because do you know what's funny? Some goalkeepers are obsessed with reflexes. They'll spend hours working on crazy reaction drills, bounce balls off trampolines, stare at colored lights, track flying tennis balls like they're training for NASA. And don't get me wrong, reflexes are super important, but they're not what separates the good from the great. Because you know what's better than a miracle save? Not needing one in the first place. Positioning is your quiet superpower. It's the reason the best goalkeepers make it look so easy. They're already there, already in the perfect set position. No YouTube birdie dive, no mid-air scorpion kick, just control. And the truth is, most goalkeepers ignore it because it's not exciting, it's not flashy, it doesn't get you tons of likes on social media, but it wins you games. So guys, sacred rule number 8, thou shalt master thy positioning. Because the best goalkeepers aren't always the fastest, they're just never in the wrong spot. Alright, so we talked about skill, we talked about effort, we talked about positioning. But now let's talk about something even more important. Because this rule is something every goalkeeper struggles with, but only a few actually overcome. Ready? Let's go. Okay, so tell me if this sounds familiar. Maybe you dropped a cross, got caught in no man's land, or just let in a goal you know you should have saved. And now you're stuck in your own head, overthinking everything, playing it safe, terrified of messing up again. So you stop calling for the ball, you stay glued to your line, because deep down you're scared of failing. And I get it, mistakes are horrible, especially as a goalkeeper, where one slip-up usually costs you the game. You look silly in front of your friends, teammates, family, coaches, fans. I know, but let me tell you something. The best goalkeepers in the world, they've made massive mistakes. Courtois has dropped some real clangers. Neuer has made so many haulers with his offensive style. And Alisson, he has been caught out trying to dribble in his own box. I mean, come on. And you know what? They don't even care. By the time the game is over, they've already learned, they've moved on, and they keep playing free. And that's sacred rule number 9. Thou shalt not fear mistakes. Because making a mistake doesn't make you a bad goalkeeper. Staying afraid of them though, does. Alright, so we talked about failure. Now, let's flip it. Let's talk about what it really means to show up sharp. Because this rule is the difference between being at training and actually training like a goalkeeper. Let's go. So, just because you're at training doesn't mean that you're actually training. Let that sink in. You can be there every session, on time, in full kit, standing in the goal, and still waste the entire thing. Because showing up, that's the easy part. What matters is how you show up. Are you locked in? Are you focused? Are you pushing yourself between the drills? Or are you moving like a zombie, dragging your feet, eyes half open, going through the motions with zero intensity? And trust me, I see it all the time. Keepers jogging through footwork drills like they're sleepwalking, half-hearted dive, slow walk back, head down, waiting for the drill to end instead of actually attacking it. Then match day comes and they wonder why they're feeling off, why their timing feels wrong, and why their performances are so shaky. Well, you moved like a zombie all week and you expected to play like a beast? It doesn't work like that. Your habits in training become your habits in matches. Every bad rep you allow, every lazy step you take comes back to bite you when it matters the most. So guys, sacred rule number 6, thou shalt not train like a zombie. Because lazy training builds lazy goalkeepers. And we don't want that. Alright guys, so we're halfway there. You got 5 sacred rules, but the ones coming next, they'll mess with your head, but in a good way. So hit that subscribe button, check the comments, and when part 2 hits, you can watch it right here. Because if you think these were tough, you're not ready for what's coming next.